better place to start this venture off for 2025 than the Badlands National Park, one of my favorite places to visit. In my last video, I'd mentioned I don't like to make plans. I just go where I gotta go. And if you don't make plans, you can't be disappointed if something doesn't work out. But just after I said that, I made a mistake, found a place online to camp out. And once we got up there here in the Badlands, awesome scenery, way up on top, could see all the features of the Badlands. And of course, it's in the park and you couldn't camp there anyway. Ended up coming back down here. We stayed here back in 2020, and also we were out here last time in 23. Sage Creek Campground. It's where I went off and photographed the bison out by White Butte. So today we're gonna end up going the opposite direction and going to head on that way. Camp is out that way where I'm parked. And out that way looks like some of the Badland features. We'll find out when we get there. But we've been here, I think this is about the 4th day. And this is the first time out. We came out yesterday and kind of photographed some birds, just checking the area out. But these past few days, the nature has just been out and about, bison out in the campground, bison all over these hills throughout the evening, throughout the day. There's actually a couple right up over there. Earlier, there's like 4 of them. Also, that first night I was here, there was a bison right in the campground, scratching his head on one of the posts. But at the same time, something I'd never seen here, and I hope we don't run into one while I'm out here, is a prairie rattlesnake, which is South Dakota's only venomous snake, or rattlesnake, I can't remember which. But irregardless, don't want to run into one of those. So I'm trying to keep Harvey close to me. And I'm being a little bit more vigilant than I used to be out here. Did get some awesome photographs of it though. For now, it's still hot. It's about 77 degrees, 78. It's a cool day this week's gonna be, so it'll be a good day to go out. I think we might post up here, photograph these couple of these bison here, and see what we can get. I made a man. I said, tell me your story. He took out a notepad and wrote something for me. Then he kept walking on. But we didn't have to go far from camp. I mean, camp's only like not even a quarter mile away. I've been watching these guys all day long from camp. There was 4 of them, 2 males. As we were going right now, he's rolling around in the dirt. I've been doing that the whole time I've been walking up here. So I don't like to get too close. It's close enough for comfort for me. Like I said, a couple years ago when I was out here, they can cover that ground a lot faster than I can widen the gap from them. So I like to keep the distance. And when we leave here, we'll go loop around going that way anyway. So we'll be going away from them. But I'm gonna go ahead and grab some shots of them since we're here, and we can pack up and move on. Harvey's already huffing and puffing, so I'll give him some water since I got the bag off. So he's dusting himself off with his tail. So, all right, let's grab some shots so we can keep on. We'll see how they turn out. I don't know what time it is. It's 3:30. I mean, the sun doesn't go down until like 9 o'clock. So, I mean, we got plenty of time. We don't have to go that far to get where we're going. So we're just going to take our time. Because when I go up over these hills, I don't know where all these guys are. They're just kind of scattered around and about, and just kind of going slow, get on top of hills so I can kind of scout it out before I move on over the next hill so I don't run into one unexpectedly. So give Harvey some water and then we'll head out.
And I watched him disappear like smoke, and I thought I'd just seen a ghost. Then I looked down at what he wrote. It said, son, when you grow up you'll be fine. I know you've got questions on your mind. Life is gonna happen one way or the other, whether you like it or not. Stop looking for the answer.
All right, while we're walking along, coming up this hill, come across a bunch of these cactus that are still in bloom. Figure I'd stop and take a photo, even though sun's not doing any justice, but real light yellow flowers, nice orange center. Had to throw my 24-70 on. The 100-400 is just too long. Harvey, come here. Come on. We're getting to a snake. But I already got it framed up and focused in. Since it's so bright out here, I've got my ISO all the way down as far as it can go. Let's go ahead and shoot f11, and it was 1/60th. See where it's at now, 100th. So we'll go with that. f11, 1/60 of a second, low size. So then I'll take another one. I'll underexpose it some since it's so bright. See what we get with that. Now I'll go down a stop and try that. Well, after photographing or trying to photograph that cactus, I continued up the hill because I want to get on top of the hill, see what's around us. And of course, when I do go on top of the hill, there's a small dip and another one. I guess I could have videoed it, but there's two bison there. One was staring at me pretty hard. They weren't that far away. He looked a little irritated, so I didn't really, I just really want to mess with it. This area, I don't know what I'm going to do from here, because when I did go up over top of that hill, there's just so many hill dips and all that. I might be a wuss or whatever, but with Harvey, it's a little more tricky, because I come over the hill and run up on one of those guys, because they like to stay in these valleys and trees and all that during the heat of the day. And last thing I need is run right up on one. So I'm thinking over there, this hill across from us, go back over there, kind of go up that hill, work across, see what we can see on the other side, and then maybe go up to that hilltop there, because they're on the other side of this hill here. Maybe be able to photograph them from up there. So, but looking at out across there, the direction we need to go, it's only like a mile, but like I said, it's just so hilly. These bison are so spread out and just in random spots, and just don't really want to irritate one too much. So, but Harvey, before we left from photographing that cactus, Harvey he's out of shape. He's huffing and puffing. Gave him a bunch of water, and he's already huffing and puffing. So it's been a while for him. But we're gonna go up that hill, go over there, and see what we can see. All right, just as I thought, we got on top of this hill, nice and flat, nothing up here. But those two bison that I ran up on earlier, one's laying down, the other one, since I've been up here, it's just been dead-eyeing me the whole time. I'm glad I didn't try to go back down through that way, because right now, if you really got irritated, I'd have a little bit of time to get out, because there's a couple ravines between us and them. But while we're up here, I'm gonna go ahead and photograph them, especially since he's staring right at me. But also from up top here, way off in distance, I can see those Badlands features. And then off to my right, we can see the campground. Actually, we see my truck and camper. And it's just, as usual, it's awesome up here. I know this is a whole lot different feel than the actual traditional Badlands that everybody pictures. But all these grasslands, just rolling hills, the contrast of the hills and the valleys and all that is just, I just love it. Right now, let's go ahead and see if we can get some actual decent photos of bison. Unlike earlier, I don't know if those ones came out that good. So we'll go see what we can get here. All right, so we got a couple shot of them. Hopefully those come out a lot better than those ones earlier. The biggest thing with it still being so early in the day, being 5 o'clock, so still 4 hours for sunset. They're right up against that real light background and they're dark. So exposed for them, the background's almost kind of blowing out almost. So we'll see how they come out. I'm mainly out here killing time, waiting for the light to get better for landscape and giving myself some time to wander around. And so with that being said, I think from here on out, I'm going to slowly kind of weave our way towards our original destination and just pick this back up once it gets later this evening when that sun gets down some. It's just so bright right now. So go ahead and pack up and then I'll catch you guys this evening. I know I said I wouldn't come back until later this evening when the sun starts going down a little bit more. It's only been like an hour. Been kind of taking my time going down through the valleys and all that. Just keeping an eye out on those bison so I don't stumble upon one. But as I was coming down through this one valley, I happened to look left, saw this little tree all by itself right on top of the hill. I just had to stop and take a photo. The light's not that bad on it. You got that light colored bark on the left that the sun's lighting up, and you got shadow on the backside also where the light's not getting this, actually makes some decent contrast. I lined it up, got down real low, kind of shooting as low as I can and shooting up, so the base of that tree is pretty much right on the horizon line on top of the hill. So that hill in the background is not cutting through the middle of the tree. That way it makes it look like it's completely on top of the hill. And then we also got some clouds in the background. Got bigger clouds over there, which I think after I get done here, I might walk up there and see if there's another angle I can shoot that tree, shooting those bigger towering clouds. I already took a couple shots. Got the polarizer on, just help pull out some of those clouds. I'm gonna take a couple more shots and then grab the camera and run up there, see if I can get a different shot with those other clouds in the background. I was shooting at ISO 100 f11, and originally it was 1/40th of a second, but I did 1/40th, 1/50th, 1/60th on the tree, and I'll just pick out which one I like the best. So. Not another shot up there, but as I went up to the top, I actually saw people walking back that way. I'm not alone. So I walked on top of the hill there, see if there's anything out there. And way off in the distance there, you can see all those big Badlands cliffs and all that. It's actually looking really awesome. And there's no shot for that tree. There's just too many hills. It's down the side of a hill, but up that way. So now we are going to pack up. It's wide open. We're just going to book it out there and see how close we can get to those cliffs. And there's definitely got to be a shot out there. So pick all this up and then we'll see you guys out there. It amazes me every time I'm out walking these wide open spaces, these plains, how small we are in the big scheme of things. Big mountains and cliff sides way off out in the distance blows me away every time I'm out here. All this land untouched by human hands. We're getting closer, but up here, every time I get to a hill, I get on that hill, I think I'm gonna get a nice view of those. There's another hill away. Temperatures drop quite a bit. It's windy. It's a lot nicer. It's cool. But the sun is coming out. We're behind a bunch of clouds. Don't think that's going to go away. There is light on those way out there. And that's why I'm kind of hurrying so I can at least get a shot. Because once that light goes off of those, there's nothing. So just trying to beat feet there.
All I know, I got lost along the way, fell between the foam.
All right, finally made it out here to the end of this hill. Those clouds are really rolled in. That sun is completely blocked, still casting light on those hills and cliffs in that background. Still kind of harsh on them. And last time I was out here in the Badlands, I went out when I hiked out to the national park and camped out overnight. Got all the shots I thought. I didn't think the light was going to get any better and packed everything up, and all of a sudden just got super 100% better. And I'm hoping that's what happens here. I'm still going to take some shots. Obviously, it's all going to be done with the telephoto lens. It's so far out there. Probably take some panoramas. Off to the right here. Hopefully it'll show up, but now it's going to be crooked. But all down through here were like valleys, rolling hills, and as I was walking up, that sun was hitting them so nice. I mean, they just look super soft, nice light on them. I love those type of shots because it's just seems more of a peaceful shot, just smooth and soft. We're gonna go ahead and grab some of these. It is super windy if you can't tell. These are new mics, so hopefully they work pretty well with the wind. They're working good so far. Let's see if we can grab some. I went ahead and flipped to horizontal and or vertical. I'm going to take a couple of panoramas. This light is coming in and out on everything. Hopefully that light still does cut underneath, but I'm gonna go ahead and get my panoramas while I still got light. All right, now that wind is really picking up. I keep saying that every time I get back on here, but when I was taking these, I almost forgot. Well, one, I almost forgot to adjust my polarizer. Two, to get that, because of my camera shake, to get my speed up a little more, I brought the aperture all the way down to 6.3. And I almost forgot when I was doing the panorama that since I'm shooting 6.3, it's not, I can't focus 1/3 of the way in and everything being focused. Went ahead and focused on the foreground, so I went ahead and exposed for that. Then the same thing for the mountain. I think I did 4, maybe I did 3. So hopefully it comes out. I mean, it's so windy every shot. I had to hold down, put my weight on this side of the tripod because it keeps wanting to blow over that way. So I don't know if what the light's going to do over there. Walking up here, had some really nice shots available. Good Lord, it is windy. And yeah, right now it's just a waiting game. I kind of wish, I love clouds and all that, especially my big open landscapes, but it'd be a lot better if they're over there above the hills and everything. Because this type of scenery with that light, especially evening light, especially the morning light, shining across this real low, just there's nothing like anything like it. So we'll just sit here and see if it changes anything. 7 o'clock. So I do want to get back before it starts getting dark at all. Not that far away. So we'll see what it does. If it gets too windy, I may just pack up and leave, but we'll see what happens. All right, just like I thought, those clouds have finally moved out of the way. That sun's out. But way off in the distance, all those cliffs and all that, they're all now just behind a bunch of haze. You can barely see them. Off to the right, it's just pretty much just almost like cliff sides. So that light on it is just, it's just flat. Especially if you're shooting a telephoto lens, there's no depth to the image really. It's just getting blasted directly on the side. This thing is just shaking like crazy. So I may pack this stuff up and kind of make my way back. And if I see anything on the way that piques my interest, then I can go ahead and stop and take a photo. If I don't see anything, I'll sign off. If I do, I'll jump back on here. All right, that sun's not going to do a whole lot anymore now. It's so cloudy. What light does get through is not doing much. All those hills pretty much covered by just haze and all that. You can barely see them. So we're going to head back towards the camp. But at the beginning of this video, I think I mentioned I've already been here a couple days. And so I don't know if we're going to be able to get to do another video here, because that first place we went to was going to be a freaking awesome spot, and I would love to be able to check out another area. But when we got here, my roof of my camper's electric, and it has 4 struts run by small little electric motors, and one of the motors sounds like it's about to go out. It's really struggling, and I just don't want to pack up and move. I don't want to use that anymore than I have to, because the last time I was out on the road, I had one go out and I was stuck sleeping on the floor for a week because the roof wouldn't go up. I did order a part since I'm going to Cody, Wyoming here sometime next week. My part's supposed to be in Monday. It's supposed to get in Gillette, Wyoming, to where it's coming in. So I'm probably just going to hang out here until I have to leave to go get that. But that's kind of what's going on. I think all in all, for the first time out in almost 2 years, everything didn't work as planned. But I think we still came out with at least a couple decent shots. So if you enjoyed the video, go ahead and like and comment. And we'll see you in the next one. All right, you're covered in ticks. I'm sure I got ticks all over me too. Can't see with these glasses.